Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Barefoot TV, a weekly online TV program which provides you with easy access to knowledge, wisdom and guidance from myself and other experts, leaders and spiritual advisors to support you in transforming, growing and connecting with all things love, soul and spirit in your everyday lives. Now, for those of you watching for the first time, I am Leanne, the Barefoot Medium. I'm an international medium, channel, twin flame, transformational coach and author who is absolutely passionate about reconnecting people with loved ones who've passed over, spiritual guides and your intuition, as well as providing access to practical knowledge and guidance, tools and techniques you can use in your everyday lives to embrace what you love and what brings you into connection with your joy so you can be more of your authentic self. Now, kick off your shoes, sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of Barefoot TV, where I am going to bring you some direct guidance and wisdom and messages from the Twin Flame Connected Collective, the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine around the Twin Flame journey for the month of November 2018. So to kick things off, I want to talk about, as we start off November, we're stepping into an 11 portal, which is a Twin Flame number. And we're also finishing off Venus retrograde, and Venus retrograde means that the planet Venus, which is all about love, relationship, values and beauty, looks like it's in the sky moving backwards. In reality, it's not. It's just an energetic backwards motion for Venus to get you to energetically look back or reflect. And I want to talk a little bit about the impact that this current Venus retrograde may be having on a lot of twin flames. Now, Venus goes direct on the 16th of November 2018. During this retrograde in particular, it's quite a powerful retrograde in that you may be getting triggered or have some of your old patterns or old stories or limiting beliefs coming to the surface around love, relationships, and even value and worthiness. Now, what that might mean is that you may be looking back at your past patterns or actions, a way of being in love or in connectedness with others, whether that's in romantic relationships, friendships, within businesses, family, with clients, whatever it might be. You may be looking back at and have some patterns that are coming up into your conscious awareness. Now, that's not a bad thing. It's about being present to it, not struggling or fighting what's coming to the surface, just being aware that it's coming up to give you an opportunity for clearing it and for healing or coming back into balance, and to really make a conscious decision about whether you want to keep playing out the old stories, the old patterns, the old limiting beliefs or thought patterns or even emotions that might be coming to the fore moving forward. Do you want to continue in relationships or love or connectedness in the way you have been? And if the answer is no, that you'd like to grow and improve things, then you're being given an opportunity in Venus retrograde to transform. And what that means is being able to look at and focus your energy and attention and emotions and your actions on what it is you do want to create. So if you're wanting to create a relationship or connections in your world where you're valued, respected, loved, appreciated, supported, then look for evidence of that. And you may be asked at the moment to look at where you're not being valued, where people around you or that you're in relationship or connection with may not be aligned with your values or your sense of being in the world. And that's okay. We sometimes need to go through a clearing out process in order to create the space for what we do want to come in. So many people, many twins in particular, may be asked to look back at old patterns or old triggers or limiting beliefs, to clear it out and shift it and change it and refocus your energy on what you want. And in a lot of the twin flame forums or groups, particularly through Facebook, I see a lot of people focusing on my twins not with me or not present, or they're in separation, or a lot of hurt or betrayal or abandonment patterns or rejection patterns might be coming up. If you're focusing on that, if you're putting your energy, your attention, your thoughts, or you're speaking it, or you're hearing it, then you're creating it. So take 100% responsibility for the fact that you're creating it. We can shift our mindset, we can shift our energy, we can shift and transform what it is we're looking at by starting with the mindset, with our thoughts, and with, whether it's just a simple practice of I am love, and repeating it over and over and over until it changes our subconscious into a different pattern and a different programming and a different way of being and a different story. And then we start seeing the evidence of connectedness, unity, union, love, respect, value, and worthiness in our physical world. So please remember that whatever's coming to the surface at the moment, up until November 16, when Venus is in retrograde, you're being shown the subconscious belief or pattern or story or programming that needs to be cleared out, so that you can open the space for what needs to be, and what is truth, and what is love, and what is rightful for you. So take the opportunity and then integrate and let go of it, so that you can then refocus, which steps me into the next retrograde, refocus on what it is you do want to create and where it is you do want to put your energy. So what we focus on grows. And if we're focused on separation, then you'll get a sense of that. And in reality and in truth, we're never separate. So come back and really look at, your worthiness, your sense of unity with self first and foremost, and your value of self first and foremost. And, don't allow yourself to stay in a connection or a relationship that doesn't value or support you or doesn't honor your worthiness, because you are worthy of all that you desire and all that you want in the world. And anyone would be lucky to have you. Anyone would be lucky to have you. So allow yourself to receive that. Okay. So that's Venus. We also, once Venus goes direct, so get clear on that before Venus goes direct, so that you can integrate and move forward with that new story and new programming. Once Venus goes direct, the very next day we have Mercury, planet Mercury, going retrograde from the 17th of November through to December 6th. Now, a lot of people go, when they hear Mercury's going retrograde. It's actually a beautiful opportunity and a positive time if you work with the energies. So Mercury is the planet of communication, of technology, and of travel. So we may expect, or we may not. We just need to check and recheck. So all of the re's: reorganize, rethink, replan, refocus. Coming out of Venus retrograde, it's perfect time to be re-looking at things, okay? Reassess. And to really double check, recheck your travel plans if you have any. So flight delays are possible. Flight cancellations are possible. Travel delays are possible. It's also possible that if you recheck, reorganize, rethink, then you can flow with those travel plans in a really beautiful, easy way. So if you've got some travel coming up and planned in November while Mercury is in retrograde, check before the 17th of November and recheck and reorganize and rethink everything, and just make sure it's all sorted before then so that you know it'll flow really easily. Technology. There's always a thing with technology, it doesn't work, or phones don't work, or deleted contacts, or messages going missing, or emails not being delivered. There's opportunities for that, and depending on where your communication is at. So Mercury retrograde will sometimes reflect what issues you're having in your relationships or connectedness. And when it comes to twin flames, it's really important to relook at or reassess your communication patterns, and just to, with technology, back things up. So back up your phone, back up your emails, back up your computer, back up anything related to technology, so that you're planning ahead for Mercury retrograde. Now, in terms of communication, just take the opportunity to pause prior to responding rather than reacting during Mercury retrograde, because you may be asked and invited to have a bit more patience throughout Mercury retrograde, and that's okay. And to rethink and relook at your connections, your relationships, and your way of communicating, which flows beautifully from Venus retrograde. So past people may also come back into your world or contact or connect with you. Don't panic, don't worry about it. It's just ask yourself, what's the learning, what's the lesson, what's the understanding that you need to gain from the reconnection? It may be about setting boundaries and going, no, this isn't working for me. It may be looking at, is this a value and is this an opportunity to move forward, or is this a distraction from your goal and your desire and where you're wanting to head in life? Also, really do look at those relationships and be flexible with your communication, and rescheduling might take place with appointments or anything like that. So just be aware of it and be conscious. Okay, so that's my first little bit before we get into the actual twin flame reading for November 2018. All of that will influence what's playing out in the energies for the month ahead. So what I'm going to do is use my Twin Flame Journey tarot cards to really connect in with what the Divine Masculine may be experiencing throughout November 2018. Whether that's working through or whether there's opportunities there. What's the energy for the Divine Masculine? And that card there. And then I want to draw another card for the energies for the Divine Feminine for November. That one there. Jumped on out. And then a card for the theme overall, what's playing out between them. And then I want another one for stepping into union, or further into union. I want this card here. Okay. So let's get started with that. I've got the first card for the Divine Masculine is the Fool. Now the Fool is all about new beginnings, journeys, travels, getting into that passion and enthusiasm for life and a new adventure. So I really want to say that the Divine Masculine, it feels like there's been some storm clouds around for October, and that, you know, he's really ready to leave those storm clouds behind. And what I mean by that is challenges or hurdles, particularly in relationships and connections, whether that's with partner, romantically, or twin flame, soulmate partnerships, or even friendships, clients, business, etc. There's been some challenges for the Divine Masculine, and he's being asked to really look at his own beliefs, stories, or patterning or programming that was brought to the surface by events, situations, or experiences that took place. And to really know that even the darkness, and I'm looking down here, even the darkness or the fear or the heaviness or the negative experiences contain a box or a gift of love. Everything comes from love. Everything is done with the intention of moving you further into love, to grow and to connect more with your soul and who you are, and to grow into what you believe you're worthy of. Okay? So there may have been some stories or patterns or programming that you had to clear because it was in your energy field, and that's really what you were attracting in. And then the Divine Masculine is ready to refocus on that next adventure and to really call in what it is they want, and to, you know, start that new beginning with clear skies. You know, I'm also drawn to saying that, you know, the Divine Masculine will always have a young child within, that young boy, and that playfulness and that sense of adventure there. And that's okay, because it allows you to move towards your joy. So the Divine Masculine is really looking at reflecting on what is it that brings joy, and being put back on his correct path in life. So there may have been some challenges where he was on the wrong path, and so he's been put back on his right path through experiences that were divinely created and through divine intervention. So trust and know that he's working through stuff, and he's getting refocused and really starting to look at what's ahead. Okay, now the Divine Feminine is interesting. For November, the card is Death. So what I'm hearing is, with death there is also rebirth. So with every ending there is also a beginning. And I'm really drawn to this beautiful flower here. And what I'm hearing is that through October, the Divine Feminine may have been moving through a lot of old grief, loss, abandonment, rejection that may have been sitting within the energy field, whether it's individually or the Divine Feminine collectively. So a lot of the twin Divine Feminines are a healing portal. We are here to heal the planet and shift the planet into more love, a vibration of love and clarity and peace. And grief is the opposite of that. It's a heavy energy, which the planet at the moment has really been experiencing a lot of grief, loss, abandonment, rejection, and heaviness. So a lot of the Divine Feminine twins have been called upon to not only clear their own sense of grief and loss and betrayal and abandonment and all of that that may have been playing out, but also clear the collective. And as she clears, so as you clear that old past hurt and pain and patterns and stories, you clear it for your Divine Masculine, you clear it for the collective. So trust and know that. and you create more of a solid foundation on which to build your relationships and connections moving forward. Now, I am also drawn to talk about beauty and integrity with this card. So integrity means that you follow your desires, your passions, your joys, and you don't allow yourself to get distracted or pulled off your own path, okay? Because a lot of divine feminines who are in their old story of heavy pattern separation, you're actually trying to follow other people's paths, and you can't do that, because you will get struggle and heaviness and sadness and anxiety and all those emotions that tell you that you're going in the wrong direction. Whereas if you're really honoring and staying in integrity with your goals, your desires and your dreams, whether it's around love and relationships or business, finance, career, etc., and twin flames, everything relates. So whatever's playing out relates and is important for you to address. So look for the beauty in that, and look for your joy, and look for your love, and get on your path, because when you're on your path, you attract it in. When you're off your path, you chase it. And it's hard, and you're wondering why it's not working. It's because you're in chasing mode, you're in resistance, you're in fear at some level, or you're in an unconscious or subconscious pattern that's playing out that needs clearing and healing. So step into the allowing mode, step into the truth of who you are, and be authentically you in all of it. Okay, and when you're able to do that, you bring in the rebirthing aspect. So what dies recreates. So we've got the death and the beauty, okay, the death and the growth. So November is really about a sense of growth for you to move forward with. I then looked at what's between twin flames, as in a collective at the moment, and I've got the Six of Swords card come up. Now, the Six of Swords is about teamwork. It's about, looking at boundaries. It's around relationships and really allowing flow. And so there may be some travel and some adventure that comes in between you at the moment. So some of you may be experiencing a distance in November from your physical twin, and that's okay. Just know spiritually and energetically there never is distance. You're always connected. So if you're not in physical connection, work on the spiritual realms. Work on communicating, work on clearing, work on healing, work on following your path and stepping forward, because it's a team effort. Energetically, it's a team effort. So you are being asked to do that. And I'm just being drawn to let you know that if you do need help and support with clearing and healing and working on that spiritual level, jump on my website, thebarefootmedium.com.au, and check out some of my blog posts or even radio or television programs, so that you can really check into some of the free offerings that are there. And I also have a number of meditations that you can purchase, or clearings that you can purchase, to help and support you through your twin flame journey and clear whatever comes up. So that's what's going on in November. In terms of union energy, I have the Page of Wands here, okay? And I'm really drawn to the yellow and the solar plex area and that sense of power. And what it's talking about is redefining and releasing, letting go, and growth in relationships. So, and I'm hearing boundaries as well. So look at, in terms of union, it's really important that you're in union and unison with your values and your sense of worthiness and your sense of love within. Because the twin flame journey is really about you, first and foremost. And if you don't know what you value in life, then how can you step into union with another if they don't know what they value in life? And bring that together to create a relationship union, which is a third entity, okay, and a third energetic space. So you need to be in your energetic space of certainty, solid, clear, knowing what you value most in life and what you need and your needs, wants and desires moving forward, and to be able to voice and communicate that with power and confidence using that yellow, letting go of any old emotional baggage that you might be carrying. And check out one of my previous episodes on letting go of releasing emotional baggage in relationships. That's got some really great tips if you need some help with that. And really creating boundaries around what feels comfortable and right for you and what doesn't. And it's okay to speak up and communicate that, because you teach people how you need to be in relationship and connection and in union with them. And if someone is not okay with that, then trust and know that they're not in your same vibrational space. Let them go, let them do their work if they choose to and if they're willing to. And when they are in vibrational alignment with you, they will come back into your space. Okay? So sometimes in union, you need to create the space so that you can clear and get into vibrational alignment with each other. Okay? And you're both working on that. So trust and know it. So that is the twin flame guidance and energy forecast for the month of November 2018. Now, I trust that you will get what you needed from this session, from this episode of Barefoot TV. And like I said, if you need help and support, feel free to connect with me further. I do transformational coaching and help support twin flames move through their stories and their patterns and what may be blocking you, and help you refocus on what it is you do want to create and get clear on what it is you want to create. So jump on my website, thebarefootmedium.com.au, for more details on that. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel and please share it with your friends and your family and those who need it. The more this gets out there, the more vibration of love and help and support we can give to the collective. Also connect with me on Instagram, the Barefoot Medium, on Facebook, Leanne the Barefoot Medium, and on SoundCloud, Leanne the Barefoot Medium as well. And obviously my YouTube channel is Leanne the Barefoot Medium. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Barefoot TV, and wherever you are, whatever you are doing, and whoever you are with at this point in time, I wish you a beautiful day, a beautiful loving space. Follow your joy, and I hope that all that you desire comes your way, because you are worthy and you are valuable and whole and complete exactly as you are. Have a beautiful day.